What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Banco Boxing, man. Hey, first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's either right here or it's right here. But yeah, man, I want to talk about a dream matchup right now that you guys been talking about. Jaron Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz. Jaron Ennis is 25-0. He just came off of a knockout victory against Bakhtiar Uyubov, I think. Just beat him. Vergil Ortiz last fight was against Brad Solomon. He stopped him, and those two young guys are pretty good. I didn't know until I really went back and watched Brad Solomon, because I believe I watched that telecast when it happened. Well, I mean, it was on DAZN, but I didn't know that Vergil Ortiz trainer was Robert Garcia, and that he was also in the gym training with Jose Ramirez, Mikey Garcia, anybody else he's training in there. So that right there is already a big advantage for Vergil Ortiz over Jaron Ennis. Now, having said all that, right now, who I think the better fighter is, I think Ennis is the better fighter right now. Granted, he had the chance to show it against better opposition. Like, I believe Brad Solomon possibly was better than the guy that he fought, just from just looking at them in the ring with each other. But Ennis is very slick in there. He has good punch selection. He can move. He can do everything that. Only thing that happened in the fight was maybe he got hit a little too much. And that's only because I think he just was not bothered by his power. So it's more of like, you can't hit me, so I'll leave myself open. Which is not something good to do in case he gets with a bigger puncher. We're going to talk about Vergil Ortiz and Brad Solomon. I saw him in there. Brad Solomon, he's a little bit tricky to fight, but Ortiz was in there very composed, listening to Robert Garcia and not doing typical Mexican style. He was doing good angles in there when he was throwing his punches, going to the head, going to the body, and walking them down. And he was hurting him too. So honestly, like, them two fighting would be a really nice fight, especially for the young guys. Instead of marinating that fight, letting them fight like sooner, I think that'll be great. But honestly, when I think about it though, it's kind of like, I think he's with Golden Boy. I think Vergil Ortiz is with Golden Boy, if I'm not mistaken. So that fight won't happen anytime soon. He's going to be their next money man. And Ennis has promotional issues, so we don't know when he's going to get a big fight. We've seen him on Showtime plenty of times, but you know what I'm saying? Being 25 fights in and not having a notable opponent at all is a big issue, because right now we see your skill set, so we see you're good, but how good? Like, for example, Tank Davis is what? I forgot, 25-0. Let me see. I'm looking at Javante. Matter of fact, Javante Davis is 23-0, right? He's in the second weight division, but as we saw, the only really good fighter he beat was Jose Pedraza. After that, so he hadn't really fought a lot of top level opposition. And when he fought a crafty veteran and Yuri Yokas Gamboa, who is crafty, has Olympian pedigree, and that Cuban style to kind of make you miss, on top of he's like basically like on one leg, he posed him some issues. But I don't really think that's going to happen to Jaron Ennis, because we know Tank has weight issues. I think Ennis would be ready. He'd be game for anybody. It's just the fact of getting him the fights. So he needs to fight like now with Devin is considered a journeyman, so maybe like a Devin Alexander. I say Josito Lopez, but he could still be a tough fight. Like, people don't know he's still gonna be a tough fight for people. Josito maybe even Omar Figueroa. I don't. I mean, his Stockton went down after that fight, so maybe something like that. Beating him, fighting some of those journeyman at 147, and then start coming your way. Maybe you get a fight with, I don't know. Granados is fighting at 40 or 47. Granados, maybe now him and Danny Garcia would be an interesting fight. Honestly, be an interesting fight. We know Danny is a big puncher. But I wouldn't put him in there with Danny so fast. Danny has experience, so all the slick stuff we see Boots in there doing, it might not work against a crafty veteran like Danny. Say what y'all want, but Danny still know how to fight. We just don't like how he carry himself. Sorry, man, fixing my mustache, irritating. But and for Vergil Ortiz, I don't know how they're gonna do with his selection of opponents. Just because, like I said, he's with Golden Boy, and how they move their fighters is a little bit different from all the other promotional companies. But I like what I see in the kid. They're moving him the right way. He has a very good corner. Um, he looks poised already in there. That's one thing I saw from him in there. I like to see from young fighters. I like to see them basically look confident and basically like nothing bothered them. So he kept the same demeanor the whole time. Him and Jaron Ennis in their last fights. So that's something you want to see. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for example, Ennis was throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the dude he was fighting, and he still was up there in front of him. But he didn't let it get to him. And that's what it's going to be, because when you get to the upper echelon of fighters, it could be like that too. But I said all this to say that right now I still pick Jaron Ennis to beat Vergil Ortiz. Just off of some intangibles as far as skill set goes, power, and everything else. But at the same time, if he had one trainer that knew how to neutralize that, that would be Robert Garcia. I mean, that's how I'm going to keep it that simple. But hey, man, appreciate you guys for checking out the video. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this on your social media. Banco Boxing, and I'm out.